Okay, so good morning, everybody. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, congratulations to the boys, those who appear in the test and perform. I know that there was one flaw. Actually, somebody has done something on the net. So because of that, there was one question. I think somebody has erased some information. Okay, but three boys I have already declared the first three, and including one more was there. Okay, whose name has not came because of a fraction of second he was late. Anshik. So congratulations, boys have performed very well, and Abhay Reggie and a few other boys I have already sent their name on the Google Classroom, congratulated them. Okay. Now, first of all, let us begin with the assignment which I have given you on the previous turn, that is solving the quadratic equation. I hope that many of you have done. Okay. The boys have already submitted the assignment on the Google Classroom, and few boys have asked the difficulties, like Kshitij of 10B, and one boy has asked question number 4. Okay, so first of all, I am going to tell you the answers at the same time. In case if you are not getting, I will give a hint also. Okay, regarding that assignment, like question number 1. Okay. Question number 1 was in the previous turn, 8 into under root x upon x plus 3 minus under root x plus 3 upon x equals to 2. Okay. What was the answer of this sum? Who will tell me?
So may I?
Sir, x equals to 1.
Yes, sir.
So 1 by 5, 1.
1 by 5, 1. Not only 1. Okay.
Yes.
1, 1 upon 5. Absolutely correct. Very good. Okay. Now, the second question, because over here you have to take under root x upon x plus 3 as suppose any variable, and the second one is the reciprocal, you will get easily. Similarly, second one, 4 into 7x minus 1 upon x whole square minus 8 into 7x minus 1 upon x plus 3 equal to 0. What was the result of this?
2 by 11 and 2 by 13.
Absolutely correct. Very good. Okay. And question number 3, 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon x is equal to 1 upon a plus b plus x. You have to find the value of x, and most of the boys have done it correctly. What was the answer?
So minus B and minus A.
Minus a and minus b.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And question number 4, the similar type of question is given in your book also, but a little difference was there of the signs. That's why many of the boys were confused. Okay, like a upon ax minus 1 plus b upon bx minus 1 plus a plus b equal to 0. What was the answer of this sum? Yes, boys?
X is equal to 0 and a square plus b
0
square
and
by...
A square plus B square upon AB plus A plus B.
Absolutely correct. 0 comma a square plus b square whole upon ab into a plus b. Okay.
Yes,
You can write it also, a square b plus b square is the denominator. Okay. And this sum I have already sent the solution on the WhatsApp group of 10B. Question number 5 is 7x plus 3 upon x equals to 35 whole number 3 by 5. What is the answer of this?
So 5 and 3 by 35.
So 5,
Absolutely correct. 5 comma 3 by 35. Okay. 5 comma 3 by 35 are the two roots of this equation. And similar sum I have given question number 6, that is 3x plus 5 upon 16x equals to 2. What were the roots of this?
5 by 12 and 1 by
1
4.
by 4, 5 by 12.
So 5 by 12
Absolutely
and 1 by
correct.
4.
Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. Okay, 5 by 12 and 1 by 4. Then coming to question number 7. And this question was of proving if A, B, C are rational, prove that the roots of the equation B minus C into x square plus C minus A into x plus A minus B equal to 0, okay, are also rational. So how have you proceeded? First of all, you will compare this given equation with a standard equation. You will get the value of, you will find the value of A, B, C, okay, and what will be our A in this case? B minus C. What will be B? C minus A. And what will be C? A minus B. When you will compare this equation, B minus C into x square plus C minus A into x plus A minus B is equal to 0 with the standard equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, you will get the value of ABC. Then with the help of that, you can find the discriminant. And after that, when you will proceed, after finding the discriminant, and as per the condition says that the roots are rational, okay, then you will get one perfect square, and then you can proceed. Okay, I'm just giving a hint that A plus C minus 2B whole square. Okay, greater than or equal to 0 you will get. After that you can proceed. In case if you have not done, try this again. Then question number 8. If the roots of the equation C square minus AB into x square minus 2 into A square minus BC into x plus B square minus AC into B square minus AC equal to 0 are real and equal, show that either A is equal to 0 or A cube plus B cube plus C cube equal to 3ABC. I have already told you the condition for real and equal roots, okay, that what? D should be 0. So what you will do, you will compare the given equation, that is C square minus AB into x square minus 2 into A square minus BC into x plus B square minus AC equal to 0 with standard equation. So with the standard equation AX square plus BX plus C equal to 0, what will be our A? C square minus AB. B minus 2 into A square minus BC. And what is the value of C? B square minus AC. And then you will write D is equal to 0, that is B square minus 4AC equal to 0. And when you will substitute, then after finding that D, you will get 4A outside and A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC. And what was D? D is equal to 0 because roots are real. So 4A equal to 0, that means A equal to 0 or A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC equal to 0 according to zero product rule. So you will get the result A cube plus B cube plus C cube is equal to 3ABC. Okay? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then find the values of K for this equation has equal roots. This you might have done. Equal what? 0. So you will compare this equation. First of all, what you have to do, you will write kx square and shift this minus 4x square that side. Then you can take the variable x square common, and what will be left? K plus 4. So that means when you will compare with us and in the similar manner, kx and minus x you will shift on the left hand side. So x you can take common, and what will be left? K plus 1. Okay. So after this, plus 1 is already there. So when you compare it with the standard equation, and then you will get the values of ABC, and then you can find the discriminant, and you will equate it equal to 0. Discriminant should be 0 because roots are equal. Okay, and then you can easily find the value of K. What is the value of K you are getting, by the way?
So 5 and minus 3.
5 and minus 3.
Absolutely correct. 5 comma minus 3. Then I have given you a question of fox and an eagle. Okay, lived at the top of a cliff. What is the answer of this?
Sir, 2.72 meters.
2.72 meters.
2.72 meters.
Okay, you have converted into decimal. Okay, 30 upon 11. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so Many boys have done the assignment, and those who have done, well and good, because practice is must, and you should do the practice not only from the assignment which I am giving, but from the textbook also. Okay. Now, difficulty Shashwat of my class. But if we keep x is equal to 5 in the first equation, then clearly it does not satisfy the equation. Okay, that means I have not verified. Just a minute. In the first case, 1 upon 5. Just a minute. 8 into under root x upon x plus 3 minus under root x plus 3 upon x equals to 2. Okay, just a minute. Just hold. Yes, Mr. Sahu is absolutely correct. It is not satisfying. So you will take x is equal to 1 as a solution. Absolutely correct. I've checked through the graph. Okay. So x is equal to 1 in this case. Very nice. Actually, you have kept this thing in your mind. But 1 upon 5 is not the solution because it is not satisfying this equation. Okay. Very nice. Now, let us start. So boys, I just want to say one thing, that those boys who have not done the assignment, please do it. At the same time, try the sums from the textbook also. Now let us start with the next topic, that is ratio and proportion. Okay. Now, just a minute. Okay. Now, in ratio and proportion, this is the basic topic which you are studying from class 6th onward. So, but over here, few more things are added. That's why it is taken and very, very scoring also. Let us start with the ratio today. Proportion I will teach you tomorrow. So, ratio is the comparison of the two quantities of the same kind. So, it has no unit. Like, for example, height of A is equal to 60 centimeter, height of B is equal to 64 centimeter. So what is the ratio of their height? 60 upon 64. When you will cancel it, you will get 15 is to 16. 15 is to 16 or 15 upon 16. It is expressed in the form of ratio. So 15 is to 16. So accordingly, you can say that if A and B are two quantities of the same kind, just remember of the same kind. Like you can compare the heights, you can compare the weights, but you can't compare the height with the weight of anybody. Okay. So the quantities should be of the same kind. Then the fraction A upon B, like in the previous case I have shown, where B is not equal to 0. Because if B will be 0, then what is the value? A upon 0. That is what? Not defined or infinite. Okay. That is why I have mentioned that denominator should not be 0. Is called the ratio of A to B. The ratio of A and B is generally written as A is to B. I have you already know. And the first term, that is A, is called antecedent, and the second term is called consequent. Okay, just remember this. Sometimes boys forget what is A called. A is called antecedent and B is called consequent. Okay, in the ratio A is to B. The value of the ratio remains unaltered or unchanged. Like if A is to B is written, if both the antecedents and consequents, that is A and B, are multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number. Like if I write A is to B, and if I write 2A is to 2B or 3A is to 3B, then the value will remain the same. It will not change. Whatever is the value of A is to B, that will be the value of 3A is to 3B. Or if I write A is to B, and if I divide both the sides by 3, then A upon 3 is to B upon 3 will be also having the same value. Okay. So if you multiply or divide both antecedent and consequent by the same number, then the value remains unchanged. Now, these are the things which you have learned already. Now, the new facts which you have to know about the composition of ratios, in which first is compound ratio. What is meant by compound ratio? Compound ratio is nothing but the ratio obtained on multiplying. Okay. The compound ratio of A is to B and C is to D is equal to AC is to BD. If you write in the form of fraction also, A upon B into C upon D, what do you get? AC upon BD. That is, we can express in the form of ratio as AC is to BD. Okay. For example, 3 is to a compound ratio of 3 is to 5 and 7 is to 9. I have written as 3 upon 5 in the form of fraction only. 3 upon 5 into 7 upon 9. 3 is a 9, and you will get 7 upon 15. Or you can express it as 7 is to 15. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now talking about the duplicate ratio, but sometimes these minor things boys forget. Okay, so don't forget that what is the compound ratio. Now, duplicate ratio, it is the compound ratio of two equal ratios. Compound means the multiplication. Okay, just remember, like duplicate ratio of A is to B. That means A upon B. You have to multiply A upon B into A upon B. That is why I have written it is the compound ratio of the two equal ratios. Okay. A is to B is A square is to B square. Okay. For example, duplicate ratio of 2 is to 3 is what? 2 square is to 3 square. That is 4 is to 9. Similarly, triplicate ratio. When triplicate ratio, what from the word try, it is understood that 3 times. So it is the compound ratio of 3 equal ratios. Like the triplicate ratio of A is to B is A cube is to B cube. Okay, A is to B is A cube is to B cube. Like for example, you can find the triplicate ratio of 2 is to 3. What is the value? 2 cube is to 3 cube. That is 8 is to 27. Now about the subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio of A is to B, just remember, is equal to square root of A is to square root of B. Like I have given one example, subduplicate ratio of 16 is to 49 is equal to what? Under root 16 is to under root 49. And you can write 4 is to 7. Okay, because root 16 is 4 and 49 is under root 49 is 7. And boys, again, I'm just telling you, don't write plus minus 4 or plus minus 7, because I have explained you in the previous topic, okay, that under root 16 is only 4, not minus 4. Okay, now let us discuss about sub-triplicate ratio in the similar manner. The sub-triplicate ratio of A to B is equal to cube root of A is to cube root of B. Okay, cube root of A is to cube root of B. And over here, I have given you, for example, sub-triplicate ratio of 125 is to 216 is equal to what? Cube root of 125 is to cube root of 216. And what is the cube root of 125? 5. And cube root of 216? 6. And in the similar manner, proceeding with that reciprocal ratio. What is the reciprocal ratio? From the word it is clear, the reciprocal ratio of A is to B is what? You will take the reciprocal of both the quantities, A 1 upon A is to 1 upon B. When you will simplify, then you can get the term B is to A or B is to A. Like I have given one example, reciprocal ratio of 2 is to 3. 1 upon 2 is to 1 upon 3, or you can write 3 is to 2 also. Okay? Have you understood till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have to note down that for any two or more equal ratios, each ratio is equal to the ratio between the sum of their antecedents and the sum of their consequents. Like, for example, this is a very important result which will be used in proportion also. When I will explain you tomorrow about the proportion, then it will be used. This result is very, very important, and I will tell you the proof also, that how it came into existence. For example, if the two ratios are A upon B and C upon D, I have written the form of fraction. If they are equal, then both the ratios will be equal to the ratio between their sum of antecedents and sum of their consequents, that is A plus C, sum of the numerators or upon sum of the denominators. You can just keep in your memory like this also, that A upon B is equal to C upon D. Here I have taken two ratios which are equal. Okay, so both the ratios will be equal to A plus C upon B plus D. Or if I take the three ratios, if A upon B is equal to C upon D is equal to E upon F, then each ratio, that is A upon B is equal to C upon D is equal to E upon F, it is equal to their sum of antecedents upon sum of their consequent, that is A plus C plus E upon B plus D plus F. Okay, so you can write this. Just don't forget this. This is an important result which can be used anywhere. Okay. Now about commensurable and incommensurable quantities. Actually, this was given in a book and you should know, but it is not of big use. If the ratio between any two quantities of the same kind and same unit can be expressed exactly by the ratio between two integers, then the quantities are said to be commensurable. In the form of between the two integers, means integers are always, remember that integers are never in the form of decimal or fraction. Integers are whole numbers. Just remember, okay? Integers are always in the form of perfect whole numbers. Okay, so otherwise it is not commensurable. It will be incommensurable. I am just repeating it once again. If the ratio between any two quantities of the same kind and the same unit can be expressed exactly by the ratio between two integers, okay, then the quantities are said to be commensurable. For example, I have given you the ratio between 2 whole number 1 by 3 and 3 whole number 1 by 2. Okay, 2 whole number 1 by 3 and 3 whole number 1 by 2. I have already underlined 2 and 3. Okay. Is the ratio between the two integers 2 and 3. This is the ratio between what? 2 and 3. So it is called commensurable. But if we take the ratio between root 3 and 5, that is root 3 is to 5, and it cannot, okay, be expressed as the ratio between two integers, so it is incommensurable. Okay, so you have to just remember this. Actually, nobody will ask the question related to this, but you should know that in case if you can express the ratio between two integers, then it is commensurable, otherwise not. Now, whatever I have given you, I have taught you today, boys. On the basis of this, I am giving you the assignment. And assignment of today is very, very important. Okay, just remember this. Just a minute. Okay, so let us begin with the assignment part first. And assignment over here. In the assignment part, like question number 1 is find x upon y. This is simply based on the concept which I taught you. Okay, find x upon y. Okay, when x square plus 6y square is equal to 5xy. Okay. Question number 2, if m plus n upon m plus 3n is equal to 2 by 3, find 2n square upon 3m square plus mn. Then question number 3 is, in a mixture of 126 kilogram of milk, okay, actually it should be liters. By mistake, I've written kilogram. Okay. In a mixture of 126 liters of milk and water are in the ratio 5:2. How much water must be added to the mixture to make this ratio 3:2? Okay. Then question number 4. This is a basic question which you have done in class 8th also, in class 7th also. If 3a is equal to 4b is equal to 6c, you have to find the value of a is to b is to c. Question number 5, find the compound ratio of root 2 is to 1, comma, 3 is to root 5 and under root 20 is to 9. You have to find the compound ratio of these ratios. Then question number 6, find the duplicate ratio of 3 root 3 is to 2 root 5. Okay. Question number 7, find the triplicate ratio of m by 2 is to n by 3. Then question number 8, find the subduplicate ratio of x minus y whole is power 4 is to x plus y whole is power 6. You have to find the subduplicate ratio. Then find the subtriplicate ratio of x cube is to 125 y cube. Question number 10 is, if p minus x is to q minus x, be the duplicate ratio of p is to q, then you have to show that 1 upon p plus 1 upon q is equal to 1 upon x. Okay. Similarly, question number 11 is, find the ratio x is to y. If 5x square minus 3y square equals to 11 upon 2xy. And question number 12 is, if a minus x is to b minus x, be the duplicate ratio of a is to b, then you have to show that 1 upon x is equal to 1 upon a plus 1 upon b. Okay. Then these two sums are actually similar but with a different variables. If you see question number 10 and 12. Okay, but proceed, because these type of why I have given, because you can do the practice of these two type Okay, and generally when the sum, and these sums which I'm giving you will never be marked, will never be of the marking more than 3 marks. Okay, more than 3 marks, maximum 2 or 3 marks. Okay, and at most if it is came, then it will go to 4. Not, but I've not seen, only on 1 or 2 occasions the marking of this whatever I've taught and the sums based on this concept reaches to 4. Okay, but generally 2 or 3 marks. Then question number 14, sorry. No, question number 13, sorry. If 2a minus x is to b minus 2x, be the sub-duplicate ratio of a is to b, you have to show that x square is equal to ab. Okay. Question number 14. If 3x plus 5y is to 2x minus y is equal to 12x minus y is to 5x minus 3y. You have to find the value of x is to y. Then coming to question number 15. If 3x minus 2y minus 7z equal to 0 and 2x plus 3y minus 5z equal to 0, find the ratio x is to y is to z. Okay. Over here, I'm just giving you a hint also that these are just the equations. Okay. Simultaneous equations. And over here, if you apply in question number 15, the method of cross multiplication of solving what? Simultaneous linear equation, then you can solve it and you can get the value. Okay. Then question number 16 is, if 10x square, if 10x square plus 9y square minus 23xy equal to 0, you have to find x is to y. Then question number 17 is, the sides of triangle are in the ratio 1 upon 2 is to 1 upon 3 is to 1 upon 4 and its perimeter is 91 centimeter. Find the length of the sides of triangle. Question number 18. If 6x square minus xy is to 2xy minus y square is equal to 6 is to 1, you have to find the value of x is to y. And question number 19, if 12 into 2x square minus 3y square equals to 8x square minus 11y square, you have to find the value of, with the help of this information, 4x plus y is to 4x minus y. And finally, the last question, the work done by x minus 3 men in 2x plus 1 days and the work done by 2x plus 1 men in x plus 4 days are in the ratio 3 is to 10. You have to find the value of x. Okay. And one thing more, boys, these questions I will already upload on the Google Classroom. Okay. And I will send the link of the same on the Classroom also, at the same time on the WhatsApp group also. So don't worry that in case if you have not noted down these questions, so assignment part I will send on both. So you have to complete it and do it, okay, maximum by today, by you can submit it by 7 o'clock maximum. Okay. So please make the effort. These are just the lollipop type sums. Very, very easy. I hope that you have understood what I mean to say. And tomorrow we will start with the part of proportion. And remember, tomorrow's class will be very, very important. Okay. And we will discuss the answers of this at the same time. I will teach you the complete proportion. Okay. In case if anybody has any doubt, then ask just now. Yes, boys. Is there any problem to anybody? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please do these questions, okay, and try to finish up all the questions before 7. You have to submit it on the Google Classroom. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, all of you just leave the meeting because I have to conduct the other class also, beta. Okay. So please leave the meeting just now. Okay. That's all, boys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.